This cast carries with itself historical significance. Also, oh my god, blue team's loading screen portraits are so white. Like backgrounds and stuff. Look at that, it's blinding up there. But anyway, historical significance. This will be the last cast before the end of season 2020. And tomorrow, there's gonna be a brand new patch filled with a ton of brand new items that I've been looking forward to. I've messed around with some random stuff on PvE, but never really in a live game. Regardless of how the balancing turns out, and it's likely a balancing nightmare. It always is when you introduce 60 plus new moving parts. With a ton of them reworked off existing ones. So yeah, systems are gonna break, things are gonna start popping off, there's gonna be overpowered stuff. And it's gonna take weeks or months to even get the game into a semi-balanced state again. But it's fun. It's gonna be the Wild Wild West. No one's gonna know what to do. I personally will be stacking Liandry's and Cosmic Drive on top Lilia and just running around at the speed of light, even though it's technically not very good. But all of the theory crafting aside, and all of the items and all of the whatever, the game as we know and love it will be changed forever. The one thing that is really interesting is that there is Clash this weekend. With Clash this weekend, that's less than a week for people on the live servers to test the new item shop before they get thrown into a Clash environment. So, people who are participating in Clash this weekend are probably going to find themselves in a joyful old time. A week is still too soon. It's still in the Wild Wild West of people not knowing what to do. I'm pretty sure. It's possible for the meta to be solved in 3 or 4 days, but I wouldn't count on it. Everything is beatable for at least the first few weeks. At least that's what I truly believe. Certainly the game will possibly be, well, I already mentioned this a few minutes ago, but certainly the game will be in an unbalanced state. It is almost guaranteed. Oh, Malzahar. Oh, he's gonna run into 3 people, but Singe, he started Poison Trail. There's no fling, no initial CC, but the charm has landed from the Evelyn. Evelyn with the W start, no haste spike, no more damage. Can the Jin walk away? So many flashes following him. Ezreal mid picks up first blood here. 1-0, kicking off a nice first blood here for blue team. Now red team, they just have to lick their wounds and go back and reset. Jin is 0-1 to start the game, and their mid Ezreal, no time to reset. He's just going to accept a 400 lead, but doesn't get to convert it into anything, and 1 kill shared between multiple champions at level 1 is certainly not enough to make any XP difference. So, all things considered, Malzahar is not behind in this lane. There is no early advantage being accrued. It's the first back for Ezreal. Depending on how the rest of this lane goes, that might get a bit scary. But for the most part, this kill doesn't mean that much in the overall scheme of things. There is a Singe support I didn't even talk about. Pretty interesting choice, especially a Singe support that started level 1 with Poison Trail, of all things. You could use the get fast shove, try to kill the minions as fast as you can and hit level 2. The problem is you are up against Leona, so the dream is dead there. You can't really walk up against Leona level 1 with your Poison Trail on. She will mess you up, man. So he's just gonna have to sit back and pretend to not be a champion until level 2. Which is coming up pretty soon. 2 more minions here for bot lane and they got it. Oh, 1 more. So 2 more from here actually. And they'll have it. Interesting choice for him. Because if he was going to go for the pincer at level 1, seems like starting any other ability other than the Poison Trail would have been ideal. I don't know why he would have clicked Q up first. But hey, he has a level 2. What skill did he pick? I wonder. He picked the Fling. Naturally. So far the game is still continuing as normal. Singe going up, flips a minion and backs off. The Alchemist is indeed quite mad. Top lane matchup is going to be Urgot versus Camille. Camille can definitely, one of those champions that can just pop off and delete people. But Urgot's laning phase is comparatively very weak. So there are exploitable windows here for Camille, but Urgot spikes off 2 or 3 items super hard. So Camille here is definitely playing on a little bit of a timer, although, Urgot's laning phase is quite pitiful. This timer is not as exaggerated as people think. But for the most part, Urgot does seem to be keeping up rather well, going for the Disdain Flame combo. The Purge is going down as well. Echo tosses his Q the other way around, but walks behind the Ezreal to correct it. Isn't enough. No, it is not. Echo comes in and feeds it away. Oh, but that's gonna be double buffs transfer instead to the Malzahar. Ezreal misses the last crucial Mystic shot. Meanwhile, the Poison claims the life of Jhin down here. Since she needs to conserve some mana for a fling, the Poison Trail is still running, doing absolutely nothing. Urgot's gonna back off thanks to a gank from Evelynn, who did not die in the jungle gank. Cannot say the same for the Echo. That does set him behind quite a bit. It is probably good for the Malzahar, all things considered. He does walk away with double buffs here. He does need to reset. Oh, it's happening. This charm will not go through. That is not how the charm works. Spell immunity is coming out, but the Malzahar. That is what you get when you linger too long. He even committed the ignite, but that will not find the kill onto the Evelynn. Unfortunate for him. That is so much of an overstay, and I can't believe how greedy it is. As a Malzahar, you can shove wave so easily that once you get the wave push up, you should just recall. You have double buffs, so you should be able to just grab lane prio back as soon as you walk back, no matter what condition the wave is in. But because he overstays, he gets ganked by an unstealthed Evelynn, and he's just dead. And all of the advantages that could have gone into his pocket were all lost, basically, of his own greediness. He really needed that double buff to stay afloat in this lane. Ezreal, not necessarily tier, but Sheen, which is so much more scary in lane. His Qs will hurt that much more. And that's going up against a Blasting Wand, which means Malzahar is still quite squishy. So it's going to be a very rough lane for him. Ezreal's definitely in a very commanding position. He had a chance. If he preserved double buffs, used to shove out a few more waves, he might have had a way back into the lane. But now the lane is going to be a lot harder for him to play. He is still Malzahar though at the end of the day. Shoving minion waves is what he's really, really good at. And there we go. Although he shouldn't linger in that trade, he cannot win against Ezreal in the slap fight. Jin's gonna get flipped back. He does heal himself to get away, and here comes the Evelynn. The Love Dust has been sprinkled, but the haste spike will miss. Jhin is still alive. One more bullet. He does kill the Singe. Oh, that's very interesting. Evelynn thought that Singe was dead. It's not Singe, Jhin was dead, so she just dished him and went for the support. But the Jhin was able to hold on to life long enough to actually find a kill for himself on the back foot. Not the cleanest gank here by blue team, but overall the net result is still positive. Camille gets a very easy solo kill. Like I said, very rough lane for Urgot early on, and she is starting to pull ahead now. CS was even last time we checked in, and now it's winning by a landslide, to say the least. So 6-2, blue team is off to a very good start in the early game. Urgot is going to teleport back into the lane. He's still level 5. He has nothing, basically. Mana Crystal and Shirt. Doesn't do much at all. It maybe wards off like 1% of Camille's damage at this point in the game. Doesn't have any additional health, doesn't really have any skill buffers to go with it. Camille's finished her Sheen, she is working on her Phage now. Urgot is still sitting on Sapphire Crystal, so he's far away from a Sheen. Actually, he's not going for a Sheen. What am I talking about? That's Glacial Shroud. Which is even more puzzling, because then I don't know what the Urgot's actually trying to build in this situation. The Leona does get flipped back. There's one Plasma Mark applied, but Singe is being driven away by the Jhin bullets. Kaisa needs to get back to the lane as well. Oh, this might be a word battle, but now Echo is coming down to collapse. What will the Singe do? He's gonna be stepping into the Parallel Convergence. The stun, the CC lock is there. He's gonna flash away, but the Echo Blue Smite locks him down just long enough to secure that kill. Singe gets caught out in the river, and that is gonna be red team starting the Drake. Massive strategic loss here for blue team, and meanwhile the Ezreal, he's gonna get puked on. The all-in is there. He hits the barrier and gets out. It blocks all of the residual damage, keeps him alive, and that was Malzahar's entire trade, but he does successfully bully the Ezreal out of lane. Which means this dragon, somehow Evelynn walking in just by herself, enough to single-handedly ward off every single other player. Here, she is going to be able to kill off the Echo. Didn't even need to commit the last embrace, so she still has her own ultimate. And that is red team's dragon plan completely foiled by a jungler walking into the pit and just muscling out 3 people. Leona is going to be forced to reset, and Jin's going to stay at her lane. Singe will now be the one to start the dragon. Ezreal's still staying in this lane. He needs to try to distract the Malzahar here to try to buy blue team some time. Malzahar is going to go for a D ward here, but that means Dragon easily secured here by blue team. It doesn't seem like there will be any further contest. Red team is still running down, but it's far too late for them. Unless they can find a retreat kill, but they cannot. Leona's level 4. There's no long distance solar flare. She can't lock down kills. Ezreal's just gonna immediately kill the ward back. So far, top lane for blue team still off to a very, very huge advantage, especially with Urgot going Glacial Shroud for whatever the hell he's building. Evelyn's gonna come down to try for a gank. She does have the flash, but will she go for it? No, she doesn't have the flash. Never mind. It's up in like 20 seconds or so. The only other way in for her will be to ult backwards, but there is the Echo. She is going to use the last embrace to escape. That means the tri-brush position gets given away, and finally that ward will be killed off. Echo's trying to farm to catch up, but farming to catch up is very inefficient. He's got a very minor CS lead because one creep or something, but that's just not how it works. He's still down in compared to Evelyn, who hasn't been killed yet this game. 2-0 and 2, definitely carrying a solid bit of early game momentum. Meanwhile, the Echoes has already died twice, which doesn't really bode well for him, and every time you do die, it sets you behind, not just in gold, but more critically for a jungler in EXP as well. Lost farming time in the jungle just means you fall behind compared to the enemy. It's just not a good deal at the end of the day. Malzahar is going to passively apply the Malefic Visions to try to take down the Ezreal a little bit. Although Ezreal, it is 10 minutes in, he still hasn't backed for his tier. Usually a rushed item. Kai'Sa is going to go for the Killer Instinct, gets an easy solo kill here onto the Jhin, and now the Leona must run for the hills. She's still level 5 yet, no solar flare, no lockdown. Urgot's going for the Disdain trade, and there is the Fear Beyond Death, but it completely whiffs. And now he's locked in the cage, there's nowhere to go. Camille actually walks out of it herself and frees the Urgot for a brief moment. Tanks a tower shot on her way out, but she is fine. Malzahar flashing in for the all-in, but he didn't ignite! Oh no. Okay, so Urgot is going to get the shutdown gold, and Camille is going to deny Echo the assist. The economical play there, of course, you could say it is the overstay. Works for me, says the Echo. That is more or less what he wanted. His presence there was to punish the Camille overstay, and you know, it did work. Camille is going to taunt back, you need it. Oh, but here comes the Echo. The Love Dust, the Allure has been marked, but the Avalanche Spike misses. Oh, can Echo burst her down before all time is lost? One more hit? No, the Rep Buff burns more than enough. The shutdown goes over to the Echo. He finds a kill. He gets himself back on the board, and now he's ahead. He's actually super ahead of Evelyn now on account of having farmed better and caught up to the kill count. Not to, the icing on top is just killing Evelyn as well. Putting the enemy jungler out of the game. Of course, he's just going to blow all of his lead immediately by going for the Herald play as opposed to just going to farm his jungle some more. If you really don't need this Herald, there's none of your lanes really need this at the present moment. Mid lane slightly losing, top lane slightly losing, you can't really just go bot. I would much prefer just going to farm your camps at this present moment, and this will extend his lead even more. But he instead goes for the Herald play. He does take it. So now he has the Eye of the Herald. What's he gonna do with it? I don't know, he's gonna try to dive mid. But nothing's gonna happen out of there. Urgot gets bullied out of the lane again. He's gonna get... Oh, Crystalline Bracer. Oh no. Oh no. Whatever you're thinking of building, it ain't it. Urgot power spikes off several items very hard, but you need almost a specific set of items to enable the champion. Those aren't it. I don't think I've ever seen anybody go tank Urgot and then not immediately regret it. It might be worth looking at. There's the dive, and there's a very clean kill here. He was so low and so squishy that killing him is child's play, really. Ezreal is going to get puked on, and Dove Echo gonna tank one more tower shot. Doesn't even need to chrono break to get himself to safety. And suddenly red team, they're finding momentum back in the late laning phase of the game, and there's the Herald is actually finding value. I can't believe it. Wow. Like, I still stand by what I said. I do think it was wrong for him to go for the Herald play where he could just be farming instead, but oh my god. Oh, blue team's management on the map is just abysmal. How much value are you gonna get out of one Herald? They're gonna kill the mid tier 2 turret? Oh no. That's 2 turrets dead in one push. And Ezreal True Shot doesn't get anything back. That's just insult to injury. And mid lane is screwed now for blue team. I cannot believe how badly managed that was. I have no words. Cloud Drake has spawned, although right now taking a Cloud Drake is a huge tall order for blue team. Having no turrets left on your mid lane is definitely a very difficult time when it comes to securing objectives. Evelyn's still gonna go for one forward gank here onto the Jhin. It's definitely not gonna work out, but there's the Cinch Flash flip. However, the rest of his team is just not ready. Evelyn's gonna dive in for trying to make a kill happen, but the Jhin for the shot, he's prepping it, he needs to fire at somebody. Leona drops dead, takes a little bit of way too much, a little bit above her pay grade. I'm just going to drop dead. Evelyn gets spotted on pink. She needs to kill it and get out, but Echo is coming down. He wants to make a cleanup happen. It is a 2v3 that he's jumping into. Does he think he's fed enough? The Proto Bell takes Evelyn out of her stealth, and there is the damage coming out. One more bash with the baton kills off the Evelyn. And now the parallel convergence drops as well. Cinch gets locked up in the portal of time. Jhin is gonna try to lock it up, but double kill going over to the Echo, and I cannot believe it. Nobody cares about this guy or something. Free triple kill going over to the Echo. Disgusting series of events here from red team, getting Echo so far ahead. There's the Camille flashing after the Malzahar. Ooh, he cannot pop the blast cone to get out, but in the meantime, Dragon has been what's the word? Oh my god, how did I forget an English word right on the tip of my tongue? Dragon has been taken as compensation for red team. They are still ahead by a solid margin, 2 towers to 0, of course. But the gold lead doesn't necessarily balloon out of control on these plays. Now they are crawling ahead, they have the momentum. Echo has a 2-level lead on the Evelyn now. Shocking to imagine that, considering Evelyn was so far ahead just minutes prior, but just goes to show you, when you go for greedy plays and they go unpunished, you can just go off so hard. And I can't believe everybody just kind of stood there and died to the Echo at bot lane. It was a cleanup effort, but those were some tall order to just clean up 3 people, and I can't believe that blue team just somehow let it all happen. It is more of a strategical failure than anything. The one shining beacon of hope, however, is still illuminated here for blue team, burning brightly as ever. Urgot's getting exploited. Camille gives a question mark. Camille, I don't think your team is in a position to stomach that BM. It's gonna get thrown back at you 10 times fiercer. Jhin is gonna get picked off here, so finally blue team finds a sign of life, but meanwhile can Camille lock down the Echo? The discs is coming back and there's a parallel convergence, but it's a little bit too late. Malzahar picks up a kill onto the Ezreal, didn't come in his ultimate, pukes onto the Evelyn, that's gonna be a double kill. Camille, oh, she's falling low, Malefic Vigilance is on her, she needs to try to lifesteal enough, she does so much damage, but the precision protocol does not arm in time. The Malzahar flash buys him enough room, and triple kill going over to the mid laner here. Ooh, that was very close. It was by very slim margins. I think if Camille didn't wait for Precision Protocol's second charge true damage, she might have been able to burst the Malzahar, but it is hard to tell in that situation. But in any case, nobody really predicted the Malzahar flash. So he does walk away with that triple kill. Gets the silence and the wave clear, and that's going to be turn number 3 going over to red team. Blue team worked so hard to equalize the turret count, and there it is. I will say though, blue team's biggest sore spot right now is that standing tier 1 tower and mid lane here for red team. They still need to find a way to kill that off. Killing just the side lanes doesn't buy you as much presence on the map as killing the mid tier 1. But so far nobody on blue team cares about mid lane. So much action happening on the side. Every projectile misses and Jin's gonna get grounded up in the glue. He's just gonna give up and die. Camille swoops in and picks up a very well-deserved kill for herself. Obviously belongs to her, nobody else. Now blue team rests back the gold lead, and now we have a game on our hands. Tied in dragons, somewhere tied in turrets. Although that was certainly not the story that's written, but biggest mismatch right now in this game is still in the jungle. Echo is 3 levels, 3 entire levels above the Evelyn. And when an Evelyn falls this far behind, it is so hard for you to make plays. Yeah, you're invisible most of the time, but if you're behind, you're just gonna be invisible forever. There it is. Arrow 2 gonna be picked up. Red team, they're trying to commence a siege here, but this time blue team, they're sending people mid to try to match the push, but can they do it here? The next mini wave, if red team doesn't have this push warded off, they might just herald the next wave and try to force it. Urgot's gonna try to dash forward, but he's tanking so much on the back end. Kai'Sa's gonna dash in with the killer instinct. She wants to make some kills happen. Leona gets killed off, so does Urgot. He drops dead as well. Camille lands an impossibly long hookshot. The ultimatum cages up the Echo. He needs to try to make his way out. The chrono break back into the middle of two people. He does get a solid amount of burst, but that is the rest of his damage. He's completely ran out. Red team's push, very ill-advised, not 5 members strong, and blue team makes the easy collapse and picks it up. Their loss are on the sides. There's so much pressure being applied to the side lanes, but they have excellent division here, sending Ezreal to top and Evelynn to assassinate the Jhin. Evelynn might be behind, but come on, surely even Evelynn here can kill the AD carry. It's an AD carry in 2020, man. You don't need to prod them much to get them to fall over. Evelynn going for it. She pops a blast call. She's right inside Jin's face. Oh, but she's ran out of burst. Oh no. Jhin does get the first shot counter kill. And he puts himself back on the board. He's worth 300 gold again. But that is certainly not the way the blue team wanted to reset his bounty. The biggest problem here is in fact that Evelynn just doesn't have items. She is committing for Lich Bane second, which yes, gives her more burst power. As opposed to building Rabadons, which is just generalist power. However, the problem is, with going Lich Bane second, you're kind of affirming that yes, I am super ahead. Because one thing that you really need to do when you get that Lich Bane proc is to actually... Oh my god. Oh yeah, one thing you need to do when you get that Lich Bane proc is to actually charm your opponent first. And to be in the position to land that charm, you need to be kind of ahead. Now Urgot's just going to stand here and casually purge down 2 members while the rest of his team secures the dragon. He is going to die, but it is a worthy sacrifice for the cause as red team comes up huge in that fight. They still don't have the gold lead necessarily, but I don't think it's any dispute to say that they are currently in a winning position. How did you not get Xena Vision? You seen he ran? I think that's just condition of being blind, Camille. Syndra's gonna come in to try to ward off the push, but the Herald is the problematic part against the second charge. What is it with Heralds and no one wanting to kill them once they get deployed? That's okay. Still technically a gold lead, but most of it is now on Camille. It's really up to the Camille now to find more critical picks. When Camille is with blue team, they can make some magic happen. But right now, without her, blue team is just losing systematically all over the map now. Even the Malzahar is so much more immediately fed. Ezreal's still scaling. He needs time to ramp up there. But he's okay for the most part, for now. 21 to 17. Gold, let's say gold is tied. At this stage of the game, less than 1,000 differential really doesn't make a difference. They are going to try to farm out mid. Oh, Ezreal is going to spot the Urgot calling down the Raptors. He's going to go for a cheeky steal. He's going to try it. He's going to get it. It is a very easy last hit for the Ezreal. His Q does an insane amount of damage to monsters. Echo coming in. Parallel Convergence drops. He's not going to commit, but the rest of red team have arrived to back him up. Jin's playing the role of Vanguard. That's not where the Jhin should be playing. Echo completes his Lich Bane, miles ahead of Evelynn. Still sitting on essentially a welfare check. No pink words in her inventory. And Camille taking a little bit of damage. Solarfur does not get the stun. She is going to turn with the ultimatum, but immediately flashes away. Malzahar pukes on her, but has she bought enough time? Malzahar drops that, so is the Jhin. The backline has been shredded. And Echoes deep in the back along with the Urgot. Urgot will kill off the Kai'Sa. Both teams leading in their AD carries for that. Triple kill going over to the Ezreal. He's going to get a Quadra. This is going to be the pentakill. Sinji's trying to lock down the Echo, but Echo still has the chrono break. Be careful, Ezreal. He's going to go back for the burst. Oh, the burst will not hit. But the Ezreal, he's coming in. He wants the penta. He is going to get it. The pentakill to the Ezreal as the season comes to a close. Not like this. Not like this. Ezreal gets fully enabled in that team fight, walks away with a juicy pentakill. You can't make this push. Let's go do something else. Literally anything. And oh boy. What a way to end season 20. Well, I know the season ended this morning, but what a way to end 2020. What a way to welcome in preseason. An Ezreal mid pentakill on a random game I decided to cast as a send-off to the year. Evelyn going to go back, trying to look for some more last-minute desperate farm, but she's so poor she can't even buy pinks. Echo's not poor, but he just doesn't feel like buying pinks. We're a sweeper, and that's on him. He sold his regrowth. Refill, I mean. What's he gonna fill his refill slot with? Of course, it's a blasting one. Why do they think any different? Is he gonna get a sweeper? Of course not. No. That's not my job. Malzahar has it, why would I need one? I will say though, so far it's still a very even game. I genuinely cannot tell who's gonna win this game. For most games I've casted, over the course of me casting games, a lot of these games when they get to the 20+ minute mark, I can pretty safely call it. This game, honestly, anyone can win. Either of these two teams have very clear win conditions. Evelyn's gonna try to go in face first, looking for a pick. It's not gonna happen. Trying to be too cute with the lure can lead to situations like that where, yeah, the enemy team's gonna feel like something weird is happening. They have an Evelyn, and they're just gonna start backing off. You'll never find the pick. Trying to be too cute with the lure will do that. There are some sciences behind using Evelyn W. But in some cases, it's unwise to actually lead with it. If you know for sure you have the burst to outright kill somebody, definitely don't give him an early warning system. Camille's going to throw the damage, and now 3 people locked up here in a team fight. Evelyn's going to be the first to drop, but the Jhin is quick to follow. One beautiful hookshot coming out from the Camille. It's going to lock down 2 people here, and now the rest of red team coming in as reinforcements. Malzahar gets a massive puke onto the Camille, once again seals her fate. Singe is going to get picked off, and that's going to be a 3-for-4 overall advantage blue team. Ezreal, he's bloodthirsty, he wants one more. He picks up 3 more kills in that team fight. He's getting massive, he's spiking. Kind of, he still doesn't have Muramana done, but he's spiking. And now they're going to turn for the dragon. Echo has no interest to contest this whatsoever. That's going to even up the dragon count here. How did Kai'Sa finish stacking before Ezreal? How late did he buy this thing? Hold up. Okay, it's almost done. Thank God, it's almost done. But how the hell did Kai'Sa finish faster than Ezreal? And there it is, finally Muramana, such a huge spike of power going over to him, as if he's not strong enough already, man. And now, Malzahar must be sweating bullets. He needs to forgo the death cap and just work on an hourglass or something. Something that can otherwise protect him. There he is, he's gonna pick up the stop. He's gonna sell the stopwatch, because, you know, who needs that? Never mind. Evelyn finally picks up the Lich Bane. And once again, nobody in this game wants pink words. Like, nobody wants a pink word. I mean, here's a hot take. I know you're a carry. I know getting even like 2 extra AD would probably work out in the long run, but if it's like 25 minutes plus into the game, is a longsword really that much better than 2 pink words? Like, is a longsword or an Amtome, where, you know, Urgot was the refill pot, or Doran's ring on the Malzahar, are these really worth the slot compared to 2 pinks? Where Vision in the mid game, where you need to make a ton of picks. Vision is the king. Oh, there's the hook from the Fear Beyond Death. Baron Nashor is up. Camille panic pings as she knows that getting caught here might have lost her team position on Baron Nashor, but little does she know, she never hit tab and noticed nobody on red team purchased a single pink horse, so they can't really go down and secure Vision, can they? Oh, I mean, whatever, man. I've gone on this rant too many times. I don't feel like belaboring the point, but I will just say, even though words don't do any damage and don't give you any stats, it is potentially the strongest power spike you can actually buy. Just for the fact that it's a team item, you know. Ezra is gonna blink in, find a legendary kill onto Leona. Gonna flash away, which means the puke target shifts over to the Evelyn. Malzahar finds the closest person he can click on. Huan Feng sets up his giant fan. Hits absolutely nobody. Malzahar has no puke. What is he doing here? Kai'Sa goes in for the killer instinct. Malzahar gets chunked so low, he's gonna die immediately, and now the Urgot's in the middle of it all. He is gonna be killed off so fast by the Kai'Sa. Camille coming in for the reinforcements. The 2 most fan members on blue team still alive and well for now, until the Echo comes in for the kill. But now the Camille unchecked, running wild like a horse, running down the Jhin. That's gonna be a full ace coming down from blue team, albeit quite dirty. time after time, blue team walks away victorious in the team fight, but only by the slimmest of margins. I think this is the third team fight in a row now that at the conclusion of a team fight, one player from blue team stays alive. For the third fight in a row. They are winning these fights by such tiny margins. It is steadily giving them a gold lead. And finally, congratulations to Evelyn and Leona, the first two players in this game to discover the item known... Well, that's not really fair. They're having pinks earlier, but the first two players in this game to have discovered the magic that is pink wars in the mid-game phase. Urgot does have the fear beyond that. He could look for a long distance hook, but he's not gonna find it. He's just gonna walk out, and of course, yes, he does finish the Thornmail. He does get the Black Cleaver. He's gonna get, you know, whatever the hell he wants. Righteous Glory, sure, why not? Might as well. This game's gone weird enough already. And yeah, nobody buys pinks except for the select few. I mean, it's 29 minutes. Why are you still sitting on refill? Just summon for a word. Just one word. That's all I'm asking. 29.5 minutes in. Because of a thorough lack of vision, neither team has really been in the prime position to set up for Baron. Both teams has just, you know, walked into the river and decided it's a terrible idea and backed off. Camille's gonna come in, but she's gonna get puked down immediately. Echo diving the back, controlling the Ezreal. Camille's gonna get hooked back in. The fear goes down onto the Singed. He's tanky, but he cannot survive for long. The Urgot purges him down, but the Ezreal, the kills are coming in. Ezreal and Evelyn gonna finish it. Echo will win the 1v1 against the Kai'Sa in the side, and finally, for the first time in a while, blue team does not come out ahead in the team fight. The root goes down onto the Ezreal, but Jhin, he might have picked the fight way too hard for him to win. The true shot goes through, but the heal is going to keep him alive. Another Leona stranded. Jhin sets up the curtain call, but Leona cannot provide enough lockdown to make that a reality. Evelyn's going to try to chase away the Echo. Echo knows that there's a Widowmaker prowling on his tail. He spots her. He's going to set up the Parallel Convergence for the turn. It's not going to happen. Infernal Drake is going to spawn, and now red team. It was promising until Leona basically suicided for no reason, and now Dragon probably goes the way of red team, blue team rather. And once again, Singed decides a Ruby Crystal is far more valuable than 2 pink wards on the support role. I mean, in some ways, sure, like an extra, what was it, 180 health or something like that? 150 health. Yeah, like an extra 150 health is like what, 1 auto from... I don't know, Echo, but why? just why? He already has so much health. Just buy him 2 pinks. Anyway, now blue team has been steadily gaining gold. They've been coming up more and more ahead. Every single team fight, they gain like a very slight amount of gold lead, like 500 to 1,000 more overall team gold. None of these team fights have been major blowouts so far, and in fact, I suspect the very first blowout team fight, where one side just gets absolutely demolished, will mean that they lose the game. With both teams fighting with very close margins, I will say if the Jhin was a little bit more ahead, I think this game would have been very clearly red team favorite, and with Jhin being caught out here on the red team, Camille going for that solo kill. She doesn't have the TP, but without an ADC, it is 4-on-4 at worst in the pit, which means that blue team accept those odds and have started it. Echo! Oh no! He faced off onto a ward on the back, and now he's not in the pit. Urgot goes in and kills himself. Oh, Echo, that's the misclick of a lifetime. The game froze to process what the Echo just did in that team fight. What is happening to my replay, actually? This is a live game spectate. Hello? Okay, Leona's gonna get flipped back. Kai'Sa going in for the Killer Instinct to try to clean the fight up. Camille still pushing bot lane. Flash puke from the Malzahar, but the Ezreal is perfectly safe. He's just out of there. Nobody else can contest. Kai'Sa is gonna be killed off here by the Echo. And now on top lane, we're gonna have the Evelyn walking around, prowling, trying to make a kill happen, but the Echo is so strong still. He's standing tall. He's not gonna budge, but he's buying time. He's buying so much time. Camille is wreaking havoc in red team space. Evelyn walks in to stop the Twas. She is gonna die instantly, but nobody in red team is recalling that pit. Echo wants to make something happen. He's gonna buy room for the Malzahar to retreat. Oh, the Mystic Shot! The snipe, it kills him from like 600 health, and that's probably it for him. He might just die. Surrender Roll comes out for red team. The puke does come down, but the Camille cleanses it out. The QSS tax has been paid, which means the Mountain Heart gets completely outplayed, and now the Camille rocks back in. That is going to be her swan song, but she's done so much during this disastrous Baron fight, and that was the push that blue team needed to blow this game wide open. And that's the thing that balloons your gold lead, man. They're killing off so much. The entire bottom side of red team space is in absolute shambles. There's no coming back from this. That's the blow to the jugular. That's blue team victory right there. You can't. Everything after this is almost like a formality. And unfortunately, Jin opting to go lethality when ultra behind, just not a great idea in general. But you know, working on it. He's just going to never do anything for the rest of the game because you can't go lethality when you're behind. Ezreal's already level 18. Oh, Ezreal's 5 levels above your support. Ooh, yeah, this bot lane from red team is so incredibly behind. Echo going to try to scrounge up whatever gold he can. Evelyn arrives a little bit too late to the scene. Although Echo is still significantly stronger than the Evelyn, even at this phase in the game. Evelyn does actually scale quite hard. She's one of those assassins that actually does scale a little bit, just thanks to her vision and her ability to constantly apply map pressure. And her damage doesn't necessarily fall off either, because she scales so insanely well with AP that the more items you build on her, the crazier her burst can get. Echo is gonna come up huge in the team fight. He's already assassinating the Camille and Ezreal. And now with no additional fighting power left on blue team, the rest of these guys are quite weak, honestly. Oh, the pings are going down, and there's the White Seeker. The missile does land from the Kaisa, and that's going to be Echo being killed off. That was very promising until Kaisa snipes down red team's essentially last hope. Echo is really the only person that can contest anybody on blue team at the present moment. I don't think Urgot by himself can do it, not with those items. He has 0 sustain. All he's got is armor, which by the way is horrible against Kaisa because Kaisa does so much AP damage on hit that just stacking armor means you will melt to a Kaisa. That's the thing with mixed damage ADs. Oh my god, Evelyn. Okay, that's not the correct way to walk into a team fight, and that's the Infernal Drake coming up in 15 seconds. And no jungler for blue team for another 50, boys. Which means we're going to the definite soul point. Dragon number 7 is going to spawn at some point in this game, unless the game ends before that. Red team has no base left. This is such a risky dragon for them to go for. Especially when pressure is still being applied top, they pretty much just abandoned it. Blue team still pushing it, and everybody just walked away. They're not interested. They're more interested in denying the Infernal Soul. At this stage, no, I would not agree with this. Just give them the Infernal Soul, because yeah, this will happen. the cores on blue team have respawned. You can either give them the Infernal Soul, or die at the pit, and then give them the Infernal Soul. It's just not a good deal. Blue team secures the Ocean Soul. The True Shot Barrage comes down. Camille might die here. No, the Adasha Shield saves her. Oh my god, the Death Dance, the healing. It's just so much. I can't wait for tomorrow to happen when Death Dance becomes obsolete because they're over nerfing it. Oh my god, that's sustain. What is that? Oh my god, that's Ravenous Hydra plus Death Dance right there. Oh my god, Echo. He does heal back to full with one press of the Chrono Break, but he's tanking so much damage from the Ezreal. Oh my gosh, he kills them off in 2 combos. Camille is soloing in the red team space. She has so much sustain. This is not matchable. What is that healing? Urgot, there's no way in hell he'll ever win this. GG, well played, gets called by the Echo, and very much indeedly so. That is gonna be the end of the game. Blue team does take it off the back of very strong core team performances. And on a closing note, I will see you all in Season 11.